Hello, welcome back everyone to another week. The void crumbles closer, and we cannot take a step back, for our backs are against the wall. How are you, Jamie?
I'm all right. Yeah, not too bad. It's been an all right week. You know, the sun has shone a bit, but it's been cold. You know, I had a decent little week. I started eating like some new recipes, basically, which was quite wild. I made like what I can describe as like an onion mushroom curry with sausage.
Right, is this
I
a
called
recipe, or did you
I
just
I
go
call it
ham
I
in the
call it
kitchen?
yeah, I call it just the mix, basically.
So right. As someone who knows you, I can basically picture what's happened. Is you've got rice and you've
Yeah.
got a jar of curry sauce.
Yeah.
And you've gone, what can I put in this? And the only things in your fridge have been what you've just mentioned.
Yes, that's completely correct. Yeah,
right. Okay.
But I felt like I was on MasterChef, so that was
for
quite
a second.
nice.
I thought you were saying you made something from scratch and like worked it, but no, just a
No,
jar and some sausage.
no.
You just basically just dipped a hot dog in the curry sauce and chowed down.
Yeah, I didn't need to go that far with it. You know, at the end of the day, it all goes in and does the job, doesn't it? That's food. There's nothing more to think about it. Nothing more to think about. What about you? Jake? How was your week? We're reconvening now. Was it everything you wanted and more?
It was good. Yeah. Not much happened. Really long, convoluted story about how I got the mailbag, which I'm not going to go into.
Just abandoned.
Let's just say that holiday we were going to take to Algeria in the summer can't go anymore.
Oh.
Not allowed in there anymore.
What did you do?
Undisclosed.
Well, I'm not going to go into it. Can't disclose it.
Yeah, that fishing deal that went wrong between Norway and the UK, that was basically mainly me.
Oh, no, not again.
Yeah,
not again.
Exactly. And I think 2 or 3 new variants of concern of the coronavirus might have been caused along the way as well.
But you did pick up Awsten from Waterparks, who's going to be with us later. So that's quite nice. So that's
again,
pros and cons.
Banned from America now for that.
Here's hoping we can get back.
I think there's a grand total of 5 endangered moths which are now functionally extinct in the wild. But anyway, I've got the mailbag.
That's the most
which
important
is what
thing.
Counts.
That's the most important thing.
It's a slender little volume today.
Oh, okay, not too shabby.
Slim but promising.
That's how they describe you, don't they?
It is, yes. That's how they describe me in the mixed martial arts circuit.
Slim but promising. Oh god!
I'll crack it open.
Yeah.
I'll slip out the paper and we'll see what's happening. Yeah. We've got a letter here.
Oh,
a letter,
nice.
an electronic mail from Kirsty from Barnet. And Kirsty says, "Hi Dork, how come you get 2 questions every single week?"
Well, I think it's just more of a matter of some sort of weird, telekinesis, it feels, from the waves. We do get other letters, but they are so rude that we simply cannot air them on air. Some involve very graphic descriptions of gym workouts that people envision us doing, which clearly they have never met, both of us, because we're not really gym people.
Get out of here!
Yeah. Get out of here! I go to the gym for the swimming pool, if anything, and the jacuzzi,
just to sit and vegetate.
Yeah.
Jamie never drinks water, so the only moisture he gets is from sitting in the pool for 3 hours.
Yeah, I feel like a potato being put in like hot water. That's basically that's me in a gym.
Also, we've got to take into account that a large amount of the letters probably do get lost along the way. I mean, Tom Jones probably still has a few lodged in his throat from a couple of weeks back. So
the integrity of the mailbag is up for question. Let's just say
it's more porous than the border of a failed state.
One for the
also, Kirsty, fuck you, because that's the only question we got this week. So moving swiftly on.
That's one question this week. If you do have any queries, of course, do write in. You can tweet us, direct message us. You can you can send us a little message
You can
on the Dork
whisper it
website.
on the wind.
Yeah, you can.
You can order a copy of the magazine, get it returned
Yes.
to sender, and scroll your question in blood on the front.
Because we'll answer that.
Oh,
Clearly.
yeah, well, I'm not going to ignore that. Christ.
I'll tell you what we also can't ignore, Jake, and that is music news.
That's true. It butts up against us like an enterprising hedgehog.
Just nudging its way through
Got
the
really
terrain.
into similes this week. Not sure if
really
you
have.
clocked that. Yeah.
Oh, look at that, colourful. The
I'm an
summer's coming.
analogous man, you know.
Ooh, hello. Put that on your CV. See where that takes you.
Just a whole CV done in similes.
They're like, this fucking guy, and just throw it out the way.
I am as efficient as a nesting river bird.
And they're like, no, yeah, you cannot work in the NHS. That's really not going to work. Going up to a patient.
More punctual than a morning rooster. Both bird-based. I guess I'd have to diversify, wouldn't I? But my passion for work is like the raging torrent of a flooded river.
Going up to a patient, just like, you're in more trouble than Guy Fawkes on a November evening. Surprisingly wouldn't go down well, but I'll tell you what does go down well. News about Billie Eilish. Big star, superstar. We are in Billie's world now. And she's announced details of this brand new album, which is coming soon. Obviously, we've heard a few tracks over the past few months, but Happier Than Ever is the name of the second album. And yeah, it's coming out this summer, July 30th. Got a nice little window to prepare yourself. But yeah, the follow-up to obviously the When We All Fall Asleep, obviously first album, and obviously becoming probably the biggest star in the world. Following that up
pretty
now.
much. I think it's weird to remember how quickly that she's taken to the hype as well. This though, it's not a banger, is it?
No. It feels like this is like a gentle
reawakening.
A
little tap on the shoulder to bring us out of our slumber before she goes pop us with the next one.
Exactly. It's like just a quick one. Just
while you're here.
Obviously, just have a little check. Obviously, like therefore I am is on it, and so is My Future. So we've heard those. Those are bangers. So that's good. And yeah, this is a nice little soother. You know, it's like popping a Werther's Original in your mouth. You know, you're like, this is quite nice, but it's not gonna, not going to make you get up and, throw a can across the room.
It's not a spicy one.
It's El No Spiso Patrono.
There is a song on the album called Billy Bossa Nova, which I am very curious about.
I cannot wait for that. That's going to be big bluff. But yeah, get ready for basically Billy to once again take over the world and probably go even bigger this summer. So happy days. Let's have a listen, though. This is the very soothing, not throwing the can across the room, Your Power.
Try not to abuse your power. I know we didn't choose to change. You might not want to lose your power, but I've been so strange. I thought that I was special. You made me feel like it was my fault. You were the devil.
Didn't throw the can across the room. You'll be delighted to hear. So
no,
everyone's a winner.
It was close. I heard you getting it ready.
I've got like the aim of like, someone who like doesn't have any sort of geographical sense. So I think I'm throwing it left, but I'm actually throwing it backwards. That's why I don't
actually
do
putting
baseball.
it down on the table.
Putting it down on the table and gently scooting away. I'll tell you what we are going to be diving into, though, not scooting away from. Phoebe Green is back with a brand new track. And also, Jake, do you remember Gigs?
No.
Well, good, because this is not a gig. This is Dork's Night Out.
It is very exciting.
It's a live show coming later this year.
We looked around at the sad and tired faces and we said, we can do something for you.
We certainly can. And we thought, why don't we take, the inside, outside, and then inside a venue? And that's Dorks Night Out. Phoebe Green is headlining. It's going to be 10th of November.
I pushed pretty hard to book Professor Green. Jamie didn't want to, so this is the sort of halfway house we've arrived at.
Yeah, we shook hands and said, before we come to blows, Phoebe Green, we can both agree, is brilliant, and this will be great.
We can both agree.
It's in London, the Camden Assembly, 10th of November. You can buy tickets now. Just go to the Dork website where you find out all the information.
Or search, please can I buy tickets to Phoebe Green at the Camden Assembly? And it will come up.
Hopefully.
Probably would, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I hope so. It's going to be fun, though, isn't it, Jake? You're looking forward to getting out there in the world. We get to have a lovely time.
Bag for me because I will have to see you, but obviously other people who are going won't have that, so they just get the joy of the gig without any of the baggage. That comes with it. If you see me at the gig, I'm happy to say hi, happy to sign a photo, but I don't want any photos. I'm trying to live a normal life, so just bear that in mind. There's a reason we do a podcast and not a TV show. Okay, I'm very shy.
Very, very shy, as you can tell from his very, intimate persona. But this obviously all comes as well with a new track from Phoebe Green called It's called I Don't Know, isn't it? But IDK, if you will, for the more literal of you out there. This is brilliant. Again, it's kind of like the evolution of Phoebe Green that we're seeing. I Can't Cry For You, the EP came out last year. Really, really great. We talked about her at South by Southwest and how great she was there. And this is like another just that emphatic tune, if you will.
A big one.
It's a big one. It's
a big
one.
kahuna.
If you will. Just right out of the lake. And it's just in your arms, doing bits.
Flapping. It doesn't want to die. Why have you took it out? Why are you taking it into the air? Put it back. Put it back to live in the stream of new music where it belongs.
It's going to take you with it. And into that stream we dive. This is Phoebe Green with I Don't Know. IDK. Whatever you want to call it.
IDK.
Udka, as Jake. Udka.
I've got some news for you, Jamie.
Oh, what's that? Hit me with it.
A baby, a human child,
already
has been born.
Oh,
in the US of A.
Right. Okay, that's still leaving it quite open, but continue.
And the mother said, "I would like to name a child. I've got a child. I'd like to name the child." And they said, yes, that is the custom.
Yeah, that's how it works. Usually.
And accidentally, instead of naming it Cora, which is what she asked for, they've named the baby Corn with a K.
Is it after the band?
Yeah, well, not after the band, but yes, accidentally after the band.
There's a child named after a band.
Interestingly, the same sort of thing happened to me.
Right, what was your name?
No, my name was meant to be Jake, but when they first wrote it down, they accidentally wrote Papa Roach. So we had to get that changed.
That's going to cost money. That must have been a nightmare for your parents to have to go through that.
Yeah. I only got it done last week.
They've looked resentfully at you ever since.
What's wrong with Papa Roach? Come on.
You're like, it's a nightmare when I go out. Table for Papa Roach. Table for Papa Roach.
I have to explain, I'm not even a real papa. You know?
Yeah, at least
I don't have any children.
I don't
even like roaches. Why are they called Papa Roach? What a weird name.
Yeah, odd stuff. Corn as a name. You're gonna have to get that changed back, is it? Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, the band, obviously, legendary.
Yeah,
I
we're doing
suppose.
new metal revival, really, aren't we? So maybe it's
Yeah,
good
at
to
some
keep
point.
it, and then you be a sort of king of the
King
new
of the world.
metalers, I guess.
Yeah. Or is Korn the band who did the new metal song that was like, wow, that one?
No, that's
Or is that-
Disturbed.
Sorry. See, that'd have been worse to be called. What's your name?
Get
Disturbed.
down with the sickness. To be fair, that is a noise that babies make a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Higher pitched, obviously. So,
if you will. Yeah. My God. Yeah, I wouldn't like being named after Korn. No offense to Korn, but
I think the thing is, if you were named Papa Roach or Limp Bizkit, it would be obvious.
That's an obvious one. Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Korn, it always feels like you'd be like, what? Like is that after the band?
Or the vegetable.
Yeah. I don't know.
If you could be named after any band, what would you take? What would be the one for you?
James. What about you?
I think I would.
If we're going for accuracy, you could go for Less Than Jake.
There we go.
No, if I could be named after any band, I would be called
I would go with
Hoobastank.
I think just for if I was going into a certain realm, also I want to maybe build up my toughness. I wouldn't mind going for like Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah. What about Municipal Waste?
Yeah, that's actually summed me up, to be fair.
Yeah. Municipal Waste Muir.
Is that municipal waste, anyone? Municipal waste.
You'd just be municipal, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Have you got a middle name, sir? Yeah, it's Waste.
What? I'm even better. Just waste. Just sickness and waste. Slowly creeping in. It's appropriate.
Given names, Municipal Waste. Preferred name, Waste.
Some people call me my middle name. What's that? Waste. Cool. Yeah, sick, man.
Please,
sick.
Municipal was my father. Call me Waste.
Municipal was my father.
Well, we could do this all day. But,
we really could.
Waterparks, Awsten from Waterparks has just arrived.
Yes.
I don't know why we do this every week. Like, he's clearly just phoning in, isn't he, for the show?
Yeah, he's clearly like
there's no arrival.
Everyone knows he's in America.
Exactly.
So he'll be on next though. So that'll
but at
be
the
nice.
moment, I'm feeling a bit like a freak on a leash by Korn.
Feeling like a freak on a leash. Feeling like I have no release. How many times have I felt disease? Nothing in my life is free. Sometimes I cannot take this place. Sometimes it's my life I can taste. Sometimes I cannot feel my face. You'll never see me far from grace. Something takes a bite of me.
I dare you to do a countdown. I dare you.
We were about to do this grand countdown to welcome in. In our guest at this time, Jake.
Prove that you can count, dude. Prove that you can count.
Okay.
Who is refusing to obey the rule where we introduce him before he starts talking.
Show me you can count. Show me. In 1, 4, 4, 4, 2. It's Awsten from
Boom, there he
Waterparks.
is.
Everyone, how are we doing? How are we? Welcome. We'll have sound effects. We can put them in. We can put them in. It's a high
I just
budget. We've got.
re-downloaded the air horn app. Like,
Ready?
Why
Yeah,
did
my
you ever
other
delete
one-
it? Was it like,
No,
did you
I
wake
didn't
up one
delete it.
morning and you were like,
I
no
didn't
more.
delete it, but the app, like, you know how sometimes, like, someone lazy might make an app and then they don't keep up with it, and then your phone updates and it's like, this one's no longer whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, not with the air horn.
Yeah, no. It was with the air horn. It was the orange one, like the orange button. Now I've got it's either a green or a yellow.
Someone stepped
Kind of works
in,
better though.
made an updated out. How can it work better? It's just a noise, isn't it?
No, it can. Trust me. So, hang on. I'm gonna put on my Crocs for this. I got fuzzy Crocs for Christmas. Here we go. So, I'm saying the new one is like perfectly on time. There was latency with the other one, so I'd be like, bah, 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 but it'd be like I'd press it and then it'd be like, meh, 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 meh. It was like shitty.
It's become
So the
sharper.
one thing
It's
it
become
needed to
sharper.
do, it didn't do properly.
It did like half its job.
It was falling apart otherwise. It was falling apart. Oh, incredible. I mean, to be fair, just send that over afterwards. We'll whack it in, to be honest with you. This is how the show works, doesn't it? This is how it works.
Pretty much.
It's high budget, as always.
Can we go back to the fuzzy Crocs? What's going on there?
Okay. Well, first off,
explain, basically.
I sense judgment in your voice, and it's so early. I don't appreciate that at all.
It's quite late over here. I've had a whole day to be ground down by the world, you know.
Okay, so hear me out.
Yeah.
I got some Crocs. Like people were giving me Crocs in like 2017 when we were doing some shows, and I played in them, and I was just like, "Dude, fucking fashion king! Look at this shit." I was just doing a dance like right now when I was saying that. Like I'm looking at okay, but so I was like, you know what? Cool, whatever. Then my sister, being like, she's real obnoxious. She's like me, but kind of worse. And she got me some fuzzy Crocs for Christmas, and I was like, "What the fuck?" But then I put them on, and I was like, "Wait a minute." This plays into another part of my being where I need to like be dressed. Like I can't be like sitting around like, you know, when I get out of bed, I need to like put on jeans and like a shirt and like shoes and stuff before I start. Even if I just go
right away. So you're not a fan of like more casual lounge wear, if you will.
No. Like
that's
if I'm
not for you.
working on something, I need to be dressed.
Nice. That's it. You know, dress for success. Of course, as they say.
And so I'm kind of getting the best of both worlds with these because obviously I don't want to be gross. Like I don't want to wear my shoes outside and then like walk into my bedroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I slip off my shoes at the front door, and then I put on my house shoes, which are the fuzzy Crocs.
Amazing.
You see what I'm saying?
Are your outdoor shoes normal Crocs? Is that like you got the normal Crocs and then you slip out of them and into the fuzzy ones?
That's the full collection.
I need more Crocs. Like everything else that like I wear cool person shoes outside. I've got like some like vintage like 90s shit where I'm like, hell yeah, these are vintage Pumas, bitch, or whatever. But then I get home and I get in the fuzzy Crocs. I'm like, no one look at me.
Well, like actually the comfort is unreal. And I would rather be kept in this. Shit's sensational. It's a big moment. It's big times. A full big one.
Yeah, and I know all the judgments left your voice now because you get it.
I'm into it now.
Yeah. Jake, you went very quiet right away after the explanation.
I was thinking about it, you know, and now I'm like, why the fuck don't I have a pair? You know? I've been walking around in normal shoes like an idiot.
This whole time.
You're like, haha, wait a minute.
Send over a link afterwards. I need to purchase a pair.
Crocs, if you're listening, we'll take some sponsorship.
Yeah, of course. If you
got this on in the Crocs office, which I'm sure you do,
bring them in.
Yo, didn't Post Malone have a Crocs collab?
He did.
He's so cool.
The next step is for you.
I know.
We can make it happen.
The clear next step. There's no middle ground between me and Post Malone. It's Post Malone.
That's the only separating wall left.
There's no middle ground of all this. It's either Post Malone, Awsten Knight, or complete unknown.
Yeah. Would you ever get face tattoos? Is that a thing that you could go for, or is that it wouldn't look good on you? It wouldn't look good on you.
My mom would freak out. I'm just not trying to stress her out like that. Like I already quit school to do this, so like
I can't push it any further.
My parents have like traditional jobs, you know what I mean? Like my mom's she was a PE teacher. She just retired. Very dope. And my dad's a nurse. Like he's been doing it forever. I'm trying to get him to be able to retire, but
hey, so your mum retired. She can get face tattoos, right? She doesn't have to worry about the job market anymore.
No one can stop her, and honestly, I'm kind of scared. Like, she's got a lot of time now. And
well, I recommend it. I endorse it.
Comes in with the face tattoos, the Crocs.
Like she's pretty traditional about that stuff. Like, I mean, my sister's started getting tattoos like on the bottom of her feet and shit. Yeah, like she was like, "What should I get?" And I was like, pancakes on the bottom of your foot."
Of course.
The go-to.
Yeah,
the go-to. And she did. Great.
Yeah. She's always getting those Friday the 13th tattoos.
Oh yeah.
Horror movie
there's like
fan.
a 13 on the butter.
So they're meant to be some sort of scary pancakes, if anything.
Yeah, a little spoopy pancake, dude.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes complete sense.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you're here. You're gearing up for the release of a new album. Of course, Greatest Hits, which is out in a few weeks. First of all, bold title. Where did you just go?
It?
Right,
have you heard the album?
We have not. All we've heard are these little treats that have landed our way.
Now I understand why you're skeptical.
You're like, if you haven't heard it, then you really don't know. I mean,
man, I'm stuff on one right now. I'm sorry.
Please, in like 30 years, can you release a Greatest Hits album that is just this album with nothing added to or taken away?
Yeah, just do that.
He's so funny.
We're delighted to reveal our Greatest Hits album. It is.
Yeah, like, actually advertise a real Greatest Hits, and people are like, "Oh, cool! It's Stupid for You, Turbulent." I'm like, "Psych, bitch."
It is this full album again. Here we go. You thought wrong, my friend. You thought wrong. Incredible. Are you? How do you feel about the album coming out? How do you feel? Is it? Do you get those kind of like excitement, nerves, a mixture of the two? How do you feel about it coming out?
Definitely. Here's the thing. Whenever we're making an album, this is the same. Like this has been with every album ever. But like the way they're made is in wherever. Like, I mean, well, all of them have been made in my fucking parents' house until like now, pretty much. And well, I mean, and then a couple songs on Fandom is like where it started. But this is like the first release, like, you know, not made at, you know, back in Houston, like, you know, where I was fucking 7 years old and shit. But being like a Ninja Turtle in my room. But I'm saying, like, they all start in a very like isolated place. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just sitting there making just shit up. And especially with quarantine, like, obviously, like, that makes you even more isolated. Because normally I can get in the car with friends and be like, "Hey, by the way, check it." You know what I mean? And like, you obviously can't count on friends to be your fucking fans and shit, but that's how you're going to get like good feedback. But this time around, it was even like, you didn't even have that. So it was kind of like, I don't know, you live with these songs for fucking ever. Like, dude, I made Snow Globe like March 2020. That's over a year ago. Like, are you kidding me? I have to sit on that. Yeah. And like, I'll be listening to it, and for the most part, I'm always like, fuck yeah. But then at night, you know what I mean? After you've had like a weird day, you're like, does all of this suck?
Just having a real moment, just sat there, just like, oh no, this is bad.
Or like there's stuff like, you know, making things up in Numb, and I'm like, hell yeah, boom. Also, Numb was another one March last year, but But I, you know, like, you're like, fuck yeah, and then you listen back, you're like, is this even like good? And then like, or should I not say that?
You're just quickly going through, just like, no, this is terrible, guys. We need to pull the album. It's not happening. It's it was a good run, but we're just gonna call it. We're just gonna call it a day.
Exactly. It's like, nah, dude, fuck it. Just like, I don't know, pull the plug, dump it.
But, I'll do some sort of video or something. There we go. We're done. Yeah, and we're away, and we're done.
There it is. No, it's good though, because it's like, I'm, you know, so you have those like anxious like peaks and valleys or whatever about it. But when it's finally coming out, you're obviously going to be like anxious about it. You're like, oh, well, here it is. I hope they're into it. But it's also kind of relieving. Like, now I can stop fucking wondering if it sucks.
Because it's
people will tell me. So
yeah.
You'll find out soon enough if people.
Here's the thing: if anybody doesn't like these songs, I don't believe them. It's so good. Like, that's the thing, man. Like, and anyone who doesn't like it is just like fucking weird, and they either look like just like the most bummer people, or if they're like extra hateful, they have like anime pictures.
You've got that, you know already. You're gonna get
I already
that
know
from.
what's up, dude. Like if someone's like, man, this like, this doesn't even sound like a band. I'm like, bitch, we just put out Numb. What are you talking about? Like, are you stupid?
like, I
Listen
don't know
again.
what else I can do.
Listen better.
I quickly, like, I want people to like it, but when I see stuff like that, I'm like, oh yeah, people's opinions are so bad and their taste is so bad. Like, or like, there have been a couple times where like I've seen someone, say some weird shit, and of course, being an artist, you're fucking insecure and you need people to clap for you and shit. So like, I go to their page, I'm like, who are you? And then I look, I'm like, dude, you have the shittiest taste ever. This guy right here gets all his shit written for him by this old fucking man. And like, I'm like, my shit is so much more authentic and you don't see that because you suck.
Just like, why? What's wrong with you?
It's nice to get this insight into the morning routine,
See, but then I I do my meditations. I look inward. I'm like, it doesn't fucking, like, why do you care? Who gives a fuck? Like, that dude forgot that he said that probably. Like, it's just so insignificant. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. What we do is really dope. And it's all, and I'm like, and then I look around. I'm like, oh man, my place is dope, and I get to like sleep here at night. I'm allowed to because I made up enough shit.
Exactly.
like the reality of it starts to reset back in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's that thing where you look at like 100 comments and there'll be one negative one, and you'll be like, so where do you live? What do you do? And what did you have for dinner? I just want to check because that might have affected your opinion on this. And we need
What's
to
that
obviously
band
clarify.
on your shirt and your picture? Hang on. Oh, okay.
And you go, okay, I can sleep well.
Yeah.
It's all fine.
See, it's so silly though. That's straight up just like fragile artist ego shit, and like I can recognize that and like call it out with myself, but
You're like, I know exactly I'm doing it.
You get protective over your babies.
Exactly. I guess on the flip side though, like seeing obviously people's reactions as well to kind of the tracks you've put out so far, that must be really confidence boosting as well. That kind of thing of like people are really hyped for it, they're really looking forward to this album. Like that must still give you a great buzz, if you will.
It does. It definitely does. Like, I'm trying to think of like how to even or what I even want to say about that because there's so much to say. Like, like, man, we put out Paranoid and so many people were so sad on the timeline, and I was like, oh shit. I don't even know if they're ready for some of these like actual sad ones.
They're just too powerful.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Apparently, it just changes it all round.
Yeah, so fuck me. But dude, no. Here's the thing. It's called like Greatest Hits has like a bunch of layers. Some of it's like obviously got like ironic undertones, but also in a way, it sort of fucking is. Like these songs are so fucking crazy, and like. All of them just feel like I'm looking at the album board in front of me right now, and I'm just like, holy shit! It's on the wall in my living room right now, and
so you walk in every day, and you're like, there it is.
Straight up, every day I look at it, and I'm like, done.
I finished that. It's all good. It's there.
And people are buying it without hearing it yet. That's cool.
Yeah, that's great. I was about to say. But that's good though. It's like it's that feeling of I've done my best work here. I feel happy with it completely, and whatever it does, it will just do. But I'm happy with it, and that's the most important thing.
That's the thing, dude. Like, if everybody in the world was like, "Dang, this album fucking sucks," here's what you have to do as an artist, unless you're just like pandering. Is you have to be your own fucking favorite band. Like, I make exactly what I would want somebody else to do. That way I could listen to it. And I'd be like,
no one else is making it. No one else is making it. I better get on with it.
And I'm making exactly what I would want to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so even if everybody fucking hates this and everything goes to shit and like no one ever wants to hear us again, at least I'll have something really cool to listen to on the way to work.
The silver lining.
Spending the rest of your life telling people it's your band playing in the car.
And they're like, well, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure.
I'll be like, listen to this part. I sang this line in reverse and then re-reversed it to make it sound real. And they'd be like, shut the fuck up, dude.
You tell us every morning.
Yeah. Just like, look, can we just sell some books, please?
Yeah.
Do we need this again?
Like, speaking of books, I wrote one.
Yeah. You must also be preparing. I see. I've seen you put some videos online of you reacting to the fact that it seems like everyone else is also releasing an album on the same day as yours.
I'm scared to make the BTS one. Like
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it if I were
I'm really
you.
scared. I've considered it a couple times. I'm like, oh boy, I like, I've almost done it. But dude, literally, there was one where I was straight up just like, I replied to, or I quote tweeted one of their things being like, I hope everybody has a lovely day. Good morning. I hope you all, like, whatever, just like nice things. And their fans, like, I put my phone down because I have been looking at replies a lot less, which is good for my brain. But, but I picked up my phone and I saw that I had like 3,000 quote tweets, and I was like, uh-oh.
What's happened? I
was like, that's not normal. And I read one of them, and I was like, uh-oh. And it was like, nope. And I put that shit down.
You were like, no. But the thing is, like,
the BTS like official chart thing account replied to me. And so all of their fucking people saw that. And I was like, no.
No, please.
Here's the thing. I'm not fucking scared. Like, I'll take on most things. BTS Army, fuck no. I want no beef. I want no smoke. I want no problems. I am on your side. Love. I stand BTS, dude.
Exactly. I mean, this is the thing, though, ultimately, because, 21 Pilots, Olivia Rodrigo, and BTS, they haven't come on.
And Blake Shelton.
And Blake Shelton, of course.
By the way,
legendary.
that motherfucker sells more albums than all of those people. Everybody who just listed.
No, that's the one you were most annoyed at. That's the one you were like, oh, for God's sake.
I was like, seriously? Like, okay, here's the thing. Of course, a number one would be dope. Then I was like, you know what? Like, a top 5 would also be dope. And here's the thing. Top 10 is also on my bucket list. I really want top 10. The more of these that come out, I'm not worried about the BTS because it's just a single, and so they can't take a chart position. But, oh my God, Blake Shelton sold, with his last album, it was 135,000 first week. That's like 2002 numbers.
Jesus
Are you
Christ,
kidding
that's
me?
Mad.
That's not.
Seriously.
Maybe I'll make country music. Maybe I'll just pivot,
Yeah. We could all break away and make a little side
we'll
project.
do a 3-man supergroup. You'll be the only talent,
Is there
Awsten,
British country music yet?
We have like basically folk music, don't we?
We get little bits of it, but not
proper country,
not full blown.
Like I would say,
market.
Traditional like Irish music is like the country music of like this area, so there's definitely a space for cowboy music.
Okay, but you guys don't have like Americanized shit over there with like British accents.
No.
Oh shit!
Here we go. Dude,
my A&R senses are tingling.
Look! You can sign us here and now.
Yeah, Jamie will learn to play the banjo.
I certainly will. I will do that.
I'll call my people at ICM and I'll be like, "Listen, I found it." They'll be like, "What'd you find?" I'll be like, "British country trio."
It's done. What we'll do is we're going to obviously hash out these negotiations whilst we listen to one of your songs. We're going to have a listen to Snow Globe, a banger, a tune, a big one, an absolute hit. So let's have a listen. This is Snow Globe by Waterparks.
Days in your hands, so shake it like a snow globe. Fuck my plans for good. 7 p.m. let it sink in. Up and look the dark in the back of the deep end. Now it's 3 a.m. Everybody goes home alone. Shake me up and watch me. I'm 7 p.m. let it sink in. Up and look the dark in the back of the deep end. Now it's 3 a.m. Everybody goes home alone. Shake me up and watch me. In the daytime, I get to debate myself and quiet all the evil things to say. Like
Big tune.
Welcome back, everybody.
Come on down. We have agreed a deal. We obviously can't disclose it. We've signed many contracts during this time. It was
the deal is we won't make any music, so you don't have to listen to it.
Here's the thing: for the country trio, though, we all need like every name in our names. Stupid sentence. Have to be first names. Like like we're gonna rebrand. You're gonna be like Chase Grant, and you're gonna be Brett Ryan, and I'm gonna be like. Well,
why don't we have it so
Tim
like
Chase?
So Jamie can be Brett Ryan and I'll be Ryan Brett.
Yes, there we go. Yeah.
Oh, can I be Brian Rhett?
Yes, you can. Of course.
Okay,
it makes perfect sense.
All I'm going to say is I smell money here. That's all I'm
I hope
going to say.
the country music stands don't start abusing us. Do they exist?
Oh, we don't need that as well.
No, they don't. They're too, like, here's the thing. I realized that because I was like, fuck it. And I started replying to every single, what's his name? Not me.
Blake Shelton?
Blake Shelton, yeah. Blake I got stuck because he didn't have two first names. And I was replying to every one of, like, who I thought were like his stands, but then I quickly realized I was like, these are all like really old people. Like I'm surprised, like it probably took them a second to get online.
Yeah,
and
they've got like jobs, you know. They're probably like working. They're like, I can't be. Who's this guy? I don't know him. He's not
right.
I don't want to buy some fucking furniture off this guy. That's all I use social media for.
Damn it! I'm like, dude, you can't have Gwen Stefani and my chart position. Fuck you.
For the love of God. How much?
Sick of it.
How much? Oh, God. I tell you what you will have, though, Austin. You'll have a lot of fun, hopefully, with this next game that we're about to play.
Okay.
So in honour of Greatest Hits, we thought, who better to get the lowdown on the greatest hits of many different subjects. So we've just called this Austin's Greatest Hits. There's not much else to it. We don't have. We didn't have anything else.
Can you tell we came up with this today?
No. Don't tell me that. I want to feel like you guys spent like 6 months planning this.
We were tirelessly away. I tell
we
you
spent
what,
5 months workshopping names, couldn't come up with anything, so just put this together at the last minute.
Sometimes the first idea is the best one.
Exactly. So what we're going to do is we're going to run through a variety of topics, and we just want to get your opinion on what's the best of each topic. Jake, do you want to start?
Sure, why not? What is the greatest hit, the absolute best ice cream, Awsten?
Okay, so I'm like a 7-year-old nightmare person, and what I like to do whenever I go to the ice cream spot across from the studio is they got this sherbet thing, like this green, purple, and blue sherbet, right? And I have them put it in a blender and turn it into like a shake. And it's like, it tastes like Go-Gurt. You guys got Go-Gurt over there?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Doesn't sound like something I want anyway.
We've got like thick shakes, if you will.
Okay, well, Go-Gurt's a different thing. It's yogurt in a tube for like babies.
Well, that's a different thing.
It tastes like
we have them. We just call them Froobs.
Froobs?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking vomit.
To be fair, that's how all of us felt, I think, after having about 10 of them in every lunchbox that we ever had, was that feeling of vomit, to be fair. So you're not far off.
Okay, good. Also, if I'm going to be like an adult person, like, and I'm trying to like, you know, not be a baby on the timeline, I'm going to say like coffee ice cream.
Coffee? Hey, nice.
Hey, can I just say, I've Googled Go-Gurt, and Froobs are Go-Gurt. They're just called, they're made by the same company. They're just...
So it's the British name?
Yeah, so what I love is they made Go-Gurt, and they came to the UK, and they were like, no one's going to want to buy that. We'll call it a Froob.
Oh, no. Hang on.
What are they thinking?
Wait, how do you spell Froobs? I'm just seeing like shirts with avocados like, on the nipples.
It's F-R-U-B-E-S.
Oh, okay, I did O-O.
Like Froobs.
Wait, that's Frubs. Hang on. Oh, weird! This is so weird! Yo, those look possessed. Like, fuck that.
Yeah, the faces on them really take
those
it to another level.
Those faces look like they'd be like one of the antagonists in like a Conjuring movie.
Yeah, that's what we go in for here in the UK. We're like, the kid
weird.
wants some yogurt. We might as well traumatize it at the same time.
Yeah, give him a demon Go-Gurt.
Yeah.
To be scared of. Oh, I'm glad we could introduce Froobs to you, Austin.
Yeah, this sucks. Thank you.
Call it that from now on, just to piss off everyone you know.
Yeah, I'll be like, excuse me, ma'am, where are the Froobs? I'll be like, shut the fuck up, dude.
They'll be like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
You're like,
oh, incredible.
He must have hit his head.
Oh Lord! And yeah, incredible choice there. Obviously a classic. Get it all mixed up, get it in one place. The next topic is what is the greatest hit, the best of the best farm animal? What is your what would be your
if you had
go-to?
to keep livestock to hit the country charts, what would you keep?
Time out. You're saying I have to have it? Like I can't just be like the cool uncle.
No, I think this is sort of your favorite, but I'd also like to know which one you'd have.
Okay.
Question.
Okay, here's the thing. I would not want sheep or goats or whatever. They're so stupid. It's crazy. No, aren't they like the dumbest animal? Isn't that like what that is?
Well, I think like a sea cucumber's probably dumber, but like
no, I mean like farm animal.
Yeah,
I've never tested them, but they do look pretty dumb.
I'm pretty sure that's what's up,
don't they? Yeah, they're not particularly.
Horses are fucking dumb as well.
Farm animals are so cute as babies. Like
yes,
a baby goat, I'll kiss its forehead. Like little baby pig, I'll kiss its forehead. But like when they get big, I don't know, man. Like I mean, here's the thing. I'll say a horse because like I don't know. It just feels like the best choice. Like that feels like a strong choice. Like I don't want a chicken; they're very loud. Or like a rooster. Yeah, like I don't want that. I've also heard pigs are very loud. I really have to have silence. Like I know it doesn't sound right for me, but like here's the thing. I recorded half this album here. Like imagine if I'm like, singing my shit. I literally just pulled up the mic. I'm like, no one can see me right now, and I'm holding the mic. Like I was like or whatever, and there's something like in the background. I'm just like stop. Like I need a quiet
stuff
one.
over. Yeah. That's cool.
Give me a horse.
A horse is nice. Also practical as well. Like if you wanted to travel somewhere, the horse, you can jump on the horse.
Yes, that is the practical option. Not an Uber. It's like, well, I've got the horse. They'll probably have a horse rest station at the other end, won't they?
Dude, if I still lived in Texas, I could swing it. Like you would see. Like I didn't live in like fucking Bumpkinville. Like I was in Houston, but if you went out to like Richmond or Rosenberg or whatever, like which wasn't far, people would be riding horses on the side of the road.
Oh, incredible! I rate it. Yeah, just meeting somewhere, just like I'll be there in a sec, and then you just
I'll be there when old Smokey is good and ready.
That's something to eat.
Yeah.
A good choice. A good choice. Jake,
thank you.
What else? What else have we got?
Yep. The next one, greatest hits, the best human organ. What's your favorite organ, Austin?
Oh boy.
Yeah, the question you've always wanted to answer.
No, this is good. Organs in human body. I want to make sure I'm not like overlooking any because there are some good ones. There are some greatest hits.
Some real classics.
Yeah, of course. some real big ones.
All right, here we go. I mean, the brain is pretty dope. I think tonsils are the most useless. People always get those out. I still have mine. I'm chilling.
I'm chilling.
I want to have as many organs as possible. I've still got my tonsils, still got my appendix. Like, I want to be full.
Yeah, see, I got that too. Hey, rectum is an organ. Let's go. I think.
I love how you've gone from brain to rectum.
I'm going down the list. I'm looking at a diagram. I started at the top.
Sorry, wait. You're looking at a diagram. You've got brain, tonsils, rectum. I feel like there's a lot in the middle.
The whole body.
Jumped over.
I feel like most of them are in the middle of those two.
Okay, here's the thing. This one right here sounds like the coolest fucking like heaviest band. Here we go. Bile duct.
Yeah.
Like that's dope.
That is a huge show. That is that is a show I would go and see.
Yeah. Okay. The weakest sounding one is pancreas. That just sounds like pancreas is like the one that's like the little bitch. It's under so many things.
It's like just like being shoved in there. So just leave it. Don't worry.
Yeah, like they
just
had it left at the end, and they were like, "Oh, but we've already filled up the."
Right.
I'll just put it behind the liver. Just
They're like,
stick
stick it
over
under
there.
spleen. Okay. Also, I want to give a quick anti-shout out to Windpipe / Trachea because that always gets taken out in every movie. Like every time a bad guy gets hit or some shit, that's his downfall. So fuck that part. Like bad guys.
Yeah, no one's ever hitting you in the bile duct, are they?
No one. Exactly. Bad guys are people too.
Exactly.
You know what? It's a tie between the intestines and the brain because they both look equally squishy. Like I'd play with both equally.
Yes, that's an amazing reasoning.
Yeah, they look fun. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, that's actually a good point. They do look like the most fun looking organs, don't they?
Like, like if I had to have a toy version of any of these parts, I would either want intestines or a brain.
Yeah, like the intestines would be almost like a soft toy snake in a lot of ways. You can kind of play around with it. Yeah,
full of shit.
Ew, I hate this diagram. This one's too real. Gross. Humans are disgusting.
Yeah. What's weird is if you look at that and then look down at your body and think about the fact that it's all in
there. Dude, here's the thing. I don't like thinking about like that there's blood in my body. It's so gross. Whenever I think about it, I'm like, ugh.
I'm so glad that we brought up this subject.
Moving swiftly on then.
The next one.
Humans are just, I could never be a serial killer because like if I stabbed somebody, I would just throw up.
No
like moral reason. It just like gross.
Why couldn't I be a killer? Yeah, why could I be a killer? Oh, a bit squeamish.
That's
it.
If I saw one of these parts, I would just vomit, and they would probably get away.
Just be like, "What the fuck is that?"
I'd be like, "What?"
Just pointing at it, just like, "Oh, dear." The next greatest hit. We want to know animated character. Who is the best of the best for you?
Courage the Cowardly Dog. He looked out for these fucking old people for no reason, one of which was so mean to him
Eustace
all the
was
time.
such a cunt. Like
Eustace is such a little bitch, dude. Like, he looks so stupid, and, like, he got saved by, like, a
wasn't his
tiny
chin
dog.
about 8 foot long?
Dude, Eustace, like, oh my fucking god. I like, he would frustrate me so bad. Like, he had no appreciation. Like, Courage saved him from like that demon water lady. That's the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen, I think.
That whole show, everything on it was fucking terrifying.
Yeah, which explains a lot because I watched it like every day growing up.
Me too, right? I watched it when I was growing up, but I watched an episode recently like, oh, hey, I used to like this. And I got about halfway through and I was like, this is too creepy.
Dude,
like, I've regressed. It's too creepy for me now. When I was a kid, I was just like, yeah, fine. Fucking
like,
hoover up that old person. Why not?
This is fine. This is good.
Yeah.
I just remember, is it Muriel?
Yeah, Muriel.
Who had a face that looked like it had nothing on it. Like it looked like you just stuck some glasses on and that was it.
Yeah, again, quite horrifying to look at as an adult. Like as a kid, fine. As an adult, maybe as a kid, I didn't know what people were meant to look like. You know?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen enough of them to know what the standard was, so I was just like, maybe that's what people look like. But they didn't.
You were like one of those kids that was like inside until they were 13.
Yeah, inside watching Courage the Cowardly Dog and thinking it was how the world was.
I got the whole series box set.
Oh, that's big. That is. You're not messing around.
I'm really not. Like, fuck Eustace. I know what I'm talking about.
How many episodes are there? Like, how many seasons?
I think there's. Hang on, let me grab it. Here we go.
We need to clarify.
The complete series. It is.
I love how close to you that was.
It's 52 episodes. I told you these answers were going to be either very quick or I was just going to have to like. I was going to get hung up on a detail, but that was an easy one. It's 52 episodes. Quick.
52.
What breed of dog is Courage? I didn't know this, but I've just looked it up. Apparently, he's an overly frightened pink beagle.
But he's also very brave.
Yeah,
he's kind of frightened until it actually gets down to it, and then he's fine.
Yeah,
but then he saves the day every time. He looks out for his people.
Yeah, but like halfway through, surely he would get to the point where he's like, you know what, I can probably deal with this. Like I've dealt with like 400 other things. Do you remember that weird foot that attached to Eustace? That was fucking terrifying as well.
With the mob toes, you talking about that one?
Yeah.
The mobster toes.
How do you two have this encyclopedic knowledge of this show?
Dude, I remember every villain from that show. Like, Cats was fucking scary. Like,
I don't really remember much of it, but for some reason, this is the first time I've thought about it in about a decade, and that just came into my mind. Like that foot, that horrible, horrible foot.
Yeah, and it smelled bad.
Yeah, well, it would. It was purple and weird.
Yeah, it's like super infected.
Oh god, incredible scenes, but a clear greatest hit. Shout out.
Definitely. And dude, Pat's Motel, horrifying with those spiders. Do you remember that?
Oh,
yeah, fucking gross. All gross. Hate it all.
God.
So
Jake.
yes, moving swiftly on. I've sent you a picture of the foot, Jamie, so you can have a look at it.
Oh, thank you.
Next,
I like moving swiftly on as if we didn't just spend like 5 minutes on each answer.
Oh God! Sorry, I've just that picture that foot.
Jamie,
Jesus
sorry,
Christ.
we moved swiftly on. We can't talk about it anymore.
Yeah, let's quickly move on from that. My God.
Food seasoning. What's your greatest hit there, Austin? What's the best seasoning?
Oh, okay. It's like I'm trying to choose between like which Louisiana kind of spice thing I would choose. It's got to be. Hang on, I'm opening up my cupboard. Also, I called it a cupboard for you. We're being British right now.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We would have taken
Are there any
offense.
frubes in there?
No, it's okay. Yeah, it's just the Louisiana shit. Hang on, what's the actual brand called? Hold up. So I have the liquid version right now. That way I could pour it in with whatever I'm like boiling.
Breeze. Yeah.
Louisiana seasoning. Is it? It's not just called Louisiana, is it?
Is it Cajun?
Yeah, it's very Cajun. Yeah.
Okay. So
and the thing is, it's kind of hard to find in LA, which sucks. So the thing is, a good runner-up for that is like Old Bay.
What's that?
Like I use that a lot. It's the same thing, but not quite the same thing. I got the slap your mama shit right here. Again, very Cajun.
Beg your pardon.
I'm not putting like so many. I've got Zatarain's, like crawfish, shrimp, and crab boil in this bag right here. I got the Ralph's version just to try it, Cajun seasoning.
I think this is a clear winner.
This culinary delight is going on over there.
Dude, I cook like a motherfucker. I'm pretty good.
That sounds good. Ooh.
I got this. Okay, whenever I was in Houston last, I smelled this like seasoning. This was a while back, and it was like I was like, oh damn, this is dope. Like, what is this? And like for Christmas, my dad mailed me like 3 massive things of it. I was like, I liked it, but Jesus Christ, what am I gonna do with all this? I don't know. Like I'm all about seasonings and shit. Also, real underrated, and I put it on just about every single thing that I cook. Just get some garlic powder in there.
Yeah.
A lot of garlic powder. It's a good one. It's like a safe, solid runner-up. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with this Louisiana shit. It's the best.
Huge, big fan, big fan.
Truly,
I've got another. Moving on to a different subject.
Yeah.
What about mode of transport?
Is it going to be old Smokey the horse?
No, first off, I want to pay some big respects to Smokey. That was the first horse I ever sat on. I think it was either a horse or a pony. Either way, I sat on it. I was real young.
I sat on it.
Yeah. Dude, I grew up in Texas. Like, they got that shit. You're little, you want to sit on a horse? I'm like, for sure.
You're not going to say no, are you?
Yeah, you're going to go for it.
Like, what kid is going to be like, oh, no, thank you? Let's see. Fucking car. Like, what are you, crazy? Like, okay, they got those bird scooters everywhere out here. And, like, dude, I've watched a handful of people absolutely eat shit. It's horrifying. Like straight up, they just absolutely, dude. They're like speeding on through, and they just fucking shit the bed in like a parking lot. Like, bam. Like,
are those the electric ones?
Yeah, and they're everywhere out here. I hate them. I kick them over. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, they're not good.
Just kick it
people
off.
Just leave them in the sidewalk, like in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm just like, stop.
I live on a hill, and all the time I see people who've obviously got halfway up the hill, and then it's run out of battery, and it's fucking heavy when they're out of battery, and they're just like fucking pushing
dragging.
them up there.
Yeah.
No, dude. Okay, so here's the thing. There's actually two. There's two best modes. It just depends on your end goal. Obviously, car is number one. Bird scooter, like this girl fucking busted her ass, like fell on her face, like right in front of me. And I was going to get coffee in the morning. I was like, oh my God, are you okay? And she just fucking like took off. Like she picked up the scooter and just kept going, didn't look at me. I was like, oh,
just go. This obviously happens all the time. Like that's the 10th time that day. Just like, fuck it.
Yeah, like she's already bloody and like riding around. I hate those things, man.
It's like you should go to a hospital.
Too. I'm also like kind of like a germaphobe, and it's like, dude, those literally could have like piss on them. Like it's LA, like
anything could have happened.
People just put their hands on them. It's not like there's like a hand sanitizer dispenser kind of thing on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it's just grab and go. It's just grab and go.
It's like a Go-Gurt.
It is. It's just like a fruit.
It's just like a fruit.
Just like a fruit. Oh,
that's their slogan. That's their slogan. Bird scooter, just like a fruit. Everyone's like, what?
Oh God! I'm a big fan of the shout.
So I want to say, obviously, fucking car because I'm a reasonable person, but I do want to give a special credit to bikes because it's the only time. Like one, I get to be like a little more in shape, and that way, whenever we come back to like slam dunk and shit, I'm not like, like I ride 7 miles most days on that fucking thing.
Ooh,
I'm pretty good. So
look at that.
Yeah,
you have your Louisiana spice. You get up, you go, you ride the bike. Like this is the dream.
It truly is, and the thing is, the best part of it though, the reason it's really good is I can't be on my phone while I'm riding that bike.
That's true. In the car, if you're sat in the back,
so you can tweet BTS, then just ride off.
Ride off into the sunset. Yep, I could be like, same day as BTS, and then just put my fucking phone down.
I'm going for a ride.
Yeah, I'll be back, and then I'll deal with whatever happens.
But in the meantime, wonderful nature.
Drink greatest hits.
Now, oh dear, we've got two more, I believe.
Yes, we do.
It better be real good. Greatest hits of questions.
The panic sets in.
Well, starting us off slowly for Jamie to then crown with something much better. What's the greatest hit of cereals?
Okay. All right, here we go. Current cereals, I'm gonna say Fruit Loops with marshmallows, which you guys definitely don't have because you don't fuck with sugary shit like that. But
yeah, we have like a point, it's like we can find the Fruit Loops in various like American shops.
You can get them
in the
stores.
World Foods aisle.
Yeah, you can get them in candy stores. That's where I found Gatorade when I was in London last. I was like, holy shit, they have Gatorade, and I spent like $100 on Gatorade. It was a thing. But,
yeah, because it's like a ridiculous price here to have anything like that.
This sounds. If this was a sponsored post, it'd be so fucking seamless. But oh my God, there's nothing I want more after we play a show than a Gatorade. I just want like a cold blue Gatorade so bad.
Nothing beats the refreshing taste.
Gatorade, just do it.
Gatorade, just like a fruit.
Whatever.
Yeah, just like a fruit. Fuck's sake.
Just like a fruit. Okay. Wait, what the fuck was the question?
Cereal,
that's right.
Cereal.
Okay, so I'm gonna say Fruit Loops with marshmallows slash Fruity Pebbles with marshmallows. That's new. Those are the best current ones. Now, best of all time though, got discontinued. Waffle Crisp. Waffle Crisp is so dope, and you can find it in sketchy stores that sell old shit.
Sketchy stores.
Get it out of date Waffle Crisp.
Yeah.
What's Waffle Crisp like?
Yeah, could you explain what it's like?
Okay, you know how cartoon food just like looks better?
Yes.
Like, just think about it. Like whenever like medieval motherfuckers got like a big ass turkey leg, you're like, dang. But when you get a turkey leg in real life, you're like, this is dry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Austin, I'm going to blow your mind here.
What?
According to Wikipedia, it was discontinued in 2018, but reintroduced in 2021 as a Walmart exclusive due to popular demand.
No way.
Apparently.
I might actually run through a Walmart then. That's crazy. Here's the thing. They were discontinued a long time ago from most stores. But it's like if I was able to go to like a real one of the stores with like it'd be like in the middle of fucking nowhere, and their selection's really strange. Like everything's just like kind of off. They had waffle crisp there, or you could get it online for like 20. It was like 20 or 25 a box.
But it was a rarity. It was like a Pokemon card, basically.
Exactly.
It was hard to find. Yeah. Wow. So, a huge news that it's back, though.
Jamie, what was the cereal where the advert was that they were knitting it? The old women were knitting the cereal.
No, I think that was Shreddies.
Shreddies, right? Apparently, the original Waffle Crisp mascots were a group of elderly women who cooked each individual piece. Like, why are there always old women making cereal? Like, what?
No, that's a really good point. And here's the thing: I have a new theory now. The other day I was playing tennis, and I don't remember how. Oh, it came up because I was like, with each serve, I was paying tribute to like good things, and
nice.
And I hit the ball, or I was about to serve it, and I was like, Captain Crunch's wife, wherever she is, she hasn't seen her husband in years. And and dude, by the way, it's weird that he's like a pirate, but just for cereal.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you get out of that, dude? That's just like basically free.
Like literally, rob one like actual boat, and you'll have enough money for cereal forever.
And ditch the costume; it's so identifiable.
Yeah.
Is he going on the boat and being like, you've got some treasure, some gold. But quick one, do you have any cereal? That's really
how many boats have cereal?
Like, dude, they're like, take our gold, please. He's like, I don't want it. Where's your Captain Crunch?
Also, is the cereal named after him? And if so, why does he have to steal it?
Yeah, surely he would get some.
Can't get any, like the reps no longer fuck with him. He said some weird shit. Yeah. He's like out of the circle.
They don't answer my calls anymore. Oh.
Damn. What a rough life. Like, he dresses up as a pirate and like looks for cereal that he's literally the face of and can't get a hold of it.
That's a brutal.
Wait until you don't get any free copies of Greatest Hits and you have to go out.
Just going into shops.
So bad. If I was like, please send one, and they were like, nah, buddy, HMV, you can wait for Slam Dunk. I'm like,
get in line.
Like, my face is literally on it.
They're like, get in line.
I'll give you one if you dress up as Captain Crunch, but
it's worth it.
It's a no. It's a no. So some clear cereal winners there.
Yeah, definitely.
Both of all time and classic. Our last one for the greatest hits. It's a real good. It's gonna be a real insight. I feel.
I feel like the more you hype it up, the less I agree.
Yeah, it's not. It's probably superpower. Superpower.
Okay. Oh, superpower! What? This is actually very easy.
Yes, go.
Okay, so if I could have one superpower, and I want you to hear me out before you judge.
We won't. Sorry.
We'll hold judgment.
Yeah, as soon as I say it, you're like, "That's all the time we have, folks." Okay, my superpower would be to make anybody I want anywhere shit their pants at any time. Listen, I've thought about this a lot, and okay.
Go on, you've got it.
Let me explain. So, it doesn't. Okay, it's not like super strength where like, if somebody was an asshole or like I hate them or whatever, like I like punch their face and they die. I don't want to kill anybody. I have like crazy guilt issues, and like I just don't want to fuck with that. So
I have crazy guilt issues. I think most people don't want to kill people. Like, that's not crazy.
But I'm saying like about very small things, and so if I did a big thing like that, I could not live with it.
Okay.
So I'm saying I don't want anything that would like kill a person. So, but psychologically, they would just be fucked because, like, okay, let's say it was like just for example. It's the singer of another band, right? And so this is just in my hypothetical.
Name redacted.
And truthfully, I really don't have anybody in mind right now. But let me just imagine one that'd be kind of fun. See, I've honestly over quarantine, I've found, or at least like especially in the last few months, I've really come to terms with a lot, and I found a lot of inner peace. It's very good. I'm not as spiteful. And so
I'm glad we're bringing this up then.
Yeah, it's nice. So, but here's the thing. It'd be so funny if like some dude was just like trying to big dick me or like be an asshole or whatever, and then he went on stage and I just made him shit his pants.
Plus, you would know, and they'd obviously not. They try and hide it, but you'd know what was happening.
And I would know, and I would just be watching, or like I would wait until they're crowd surfing and like midair, just like. And like they land on people and everyone's like, whoa. Or like, and here's the thing, I can even get more personal with it. Like if they were to like go on a date, like here's the thing. Every like Friday night at like 8 p.m. I could just be like, shit your pants. Or like every fucking Saturday, 7 p.m., just shit your pants. Like, or like even like brunch, like Sunday morning, 11:30, shit your pants. Like I can choose.
And then one week you could do it at 12 and the whole world would be turned upside down.
And they won't know why it's happening. They'll probably go to like specialists and be like, what is this? They're like, I don't know. And I'll be like, it's me. Like
at the window of the doctors, like, it's me.
like, but that's the thing though, like nobody would ever know. And it's not, I'm not physically harming anybody, but mentally, if somebody's like a piece of shit, I can just like destroy them. Or like, dude, I haven't even thought about politics in like a second because I haven't had to, which is so nice. Oh my God. But like anytime Trump went on TV, I just would have been like, shit your pants. Like
it's every time. It's like it's enough to like completely change everything, but not like enough to like seriously harm them.
Plus, as you say, it's untraceable.
Exactly. Like the thing is,
and also, who's going to believe them if they're like, I think Awsten from Waterparks is making me shit my pants every Saturday?
It would sound so crazy.
Yeah. You could even say like, yeah, I am, and no one would believe you. They'd just be like, oh god.
No, I truly could, and like I would get away with it. And the thing is, like, because I considered all the possibilities. Like, I don't want to fly. I'm afraid of heights. I don't want to read people's minds. That would terrorize me.
So the next logical step:
make everyone I don't like shit their pants whenever I want, anonymously.
I think that may possibly be one of the greatest answers we've ever had on this show.
Yeah, and also the weirdest thing is, as you say, I can't really disagree now that you've explained it.
Yeah, we heard you out.
I'm on board.
You were right. Yeah,
my answers aren't bad. Like I'm pretty much right about most things.
Well,
what was I wrong about?
There was that whole thing where you said Froobs was stupid. I don't want to keep going on about it, but that's kind of a national treasure. So,
and also you don't want to keep bringing that up because
I can't disrespect the Froobs demon.
No. It goes like the royal family, Froobs, and then the prime minister. That's our like hierarchy of power.
Where does he sit in like relation to the queen, like ranking wise?
He can make her shit herself whenever he wants.
Whoa. Are you saying only a demon could ever have those powers?
Yeah, only a demon made of yogurt.
And with that quite incredible vision in mind, unfortunately this brings to close our time together. Awsten, we've really delved into some incredible sights and some incredible worlds. We covered a lot from Courage the Cowardly Dog to Louisiana Seasoning and of course making people shit themselves.
Yeah, and that album that's coming out as well. Just to flag that one.
There's also an album. Check it, it's really good. I made it up, pretty dope.
So that is Greatest Hits, and it's out May the 21st.
I just pretended a lot, and now there's a lot of music. Go look at it.
And it's in one place, and you can listen to it. So there we are. It's been a pleasure. We're going to play You'd Be Paranoid 2 if everyone was out to get you. But we say goodbye. Thank you very much. Come back anytime. Come back anytime.
I'm going to come back every time, and you're going to be like, we shouldn't have fucking said that.
Froobs only, please. Just bring the Froobs. This is You'd Be Paranoid 2 if everyone was out to get you.
And there he goes. And now, if I ever shit myself, I'm going to have a little part of me thinking, did Awsten do that? Which would actually be quite cute for him to be thinking of me in a few years' time.
What, and he would make you... I mean,
that wouldn't be cute. I just mean
like
the idea of in 30 years, if I shit myself, I'll be like, does he remember me?
Maybe it's him. Maybe it's him. Yeah. It's quite. To be fair, we laughed at the superpower, and then to be fair, once he explained it, I understand the thinking
into it.
Yeah. But don't click your fingers, everyone. Just watch out, because clearly he's got that on lock, if you will. But yeah, shout out Human Organs.
Shout out Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah,
and shout out the tracks of the week, Jamie.
Yes, we certainly shall. And I hate to obviously bring up another band with an album out on May 21st, but we start this week with 21 Pilots, who've put out a brand new track called Choker. I don't know if that's named after the fashion garment that obviously you place around the neck. Did you ever wear a choker when you were younger, Jake? I feel like, in your post-punk rock days, if you will.
Isn't it mainly girls that wear them? I don't know if I've ever seen a guy. I mean, I wouldn't have an issue if they did, but I just don't think I've ever seen a guy wearing one.
I don't know. If you've been in the pit, mate, I think you'll find they're all over the place.
Go. Clearly, I haven't.
But this is the second track.
I don't even know how tight they are.
They look tight, don't they?
Yeah, but I've never worn one, so I don't know whether it's all a ruse or whether you are walking around like, ooh.
Can't breathe. It's like having your top button done up, isn't it? Sometimes people are like...
Yeah, except people won't steal your lunch money like they do with that.
Yeah, and they did. I lost a lot.
And they will.
But 21 Pilots, this is a really... Yeah, the second track obviously revealed from Scaled and Icy.
This is a really second track, you're right, Jamie.
Shy Away was, a very sharp, very indie, banger. Very different on this track, which I really enjoy. I guess 21 Pilots have kind of been known for this kind of experimental, kind of like morphing and playing around with genres. There's a little bit of drum and bass at the start of this. There's more communal piano sing-alongs. Really, really like this track. It's just a big crowd sing-along moment, isn't it? This grand moment that they made together. And but doing so, still being very concise and sharp, like they did with the first track. I
surprised myself by enjoying this song.
I was stunned when you told me this. I was stunned. So
I don't know whether that means if you're a fan of 21 Pilots, you'll loathe it. But I've always been quite on the fence about them. Can take or leave them. But I listened to this and I was like, this is a very good song.
Yeah, it's a wonderful one.
Maybe everyone except me will go off of them, but I'll still be there down the front.
What? Everyone's at the show. Everyone's like, "Oh, great set, guys!" And then you're just like, "Play Choker." Everyone's like, "Really? You're gonna play that?" But this is a great song, and yeah, we're on the road to the big album. Big stuff going on. Big stuff. Let's have a listen. This is Choker by 21 Pilots.
I need to move right now, 'cause I know it's over. I was born a choker. Nobody's coming for me. Only smoking secondhand. I know it's over. I was born a choker. Nobody's coming.
A big song. Big sing-along. Get the lighters out, Get the torch lights out.
Yeah, that's better, safer,
okay.
Isn't it?
Yeah, you don't burn anyone.
From a banger to something a bit less bangery, Self-Esteem are back, Jamie, and they've released pretty much a spoken word single.
Interesting. Ooh.
Yeah, well, so I mean, we spoke about the Dry Cleaning album a few weeks back. So it's in that vein rather than just, spoken word. There's a chorus in there. There's, it's a song. It's not a poem that they've snuck in as a song.
I promise you, it's a song. Yeah.
But yeah, it's really, really good, really different, and just one of those where the lyrics are kind of a mix of very personal and quite sort of deadpan funny. There's a bit where she says if I died, I wouldn't be able to come to your birthday, but I'd still feel bad about it. Yeah, so it's kind of a mix of like, very, very personal look at sort of anxieties and things, but also with that kind of, it's not a miserable listen because of it. It's not it's not like you're listening like, oh God, this is dark. This is really getting me down.
Yeah.
It's just, and she says on it, no, not on it, of it, she says, all the upcoming work is exploring how complicated it is to be human.
Oh, nice. Self-Esteem has been one where it's like the kind of like the tracks that she's putting out are like especially on that first like Compliments Please, which came out a couple of years ago. Those like almost massive, like big pop moments, really, really great. It kind of established her like as just an artist to watch, really. And I like that, she changed things up a bit on this, taking a new direction.
Yeah, I enjoy that there was that groundwork.
Like that. Yeah.
And it feels like a lot of acts would play it safe at this point in their career, and this very much doesn't do that. And I mean, I've seen loads and loads of praise for it because it is a great track, but I'm really glad it's paid off. Because I feel like this is very much the risky move.
Nice.
Regardless of what it was about, whether it was personal or not, just such a massive change towards something that feels less commercial. Yeah. But I think it works really, really well.
Yeah, big stuff. Can't wait to see what comes in the future. Also, in the press shot, she's wearing what appears to be just pure gold.
Yeah, I was looking at that. It's it looks like what someone would wear in like a sci-fi film in the 80s on some super advanced planet.
I rate it. That's
what
I'm
going to be. Get off the spaceship, and they'd be like, you're filthy and we hate you.
Take me to your leader, all that jazz. Yeah,
you'd be on their planet, and it'd all be gold. And you'd be disgusting and horrible.
As Spandau Ballet once said, dun dun, gold, gold.
Always believe in your soul.
Correct. There he is.
Good. This is Self-Esteem. I do this all the time.
Of yours. If you weren't doing this, you'd be working in McDonald's, so try and cheer up. I'm not sure. You're moving around too much.
That's what actually I say as well when people ask, oh, you do this show, do you? It's like, yeah, I do this all the time. Trying to get across some sort of professional element to it. And all these many weeks later, we are yet to discover it. It's good fun.
I've got nice little dagger in our hearts there before you tell us about another track, Jamie. What have you got for us to raise the mood?
I've got a perfect song to raise the mood. Don't Freak is the new one by the Aces, who, I guess we last heard of the Aces last year with Under My Influence, their second album, and I was talking about how it's like very, slick indie pop done so well, and this is very much, I guess, an extension of that, to be honest. It's like really like gold-plated, star-studded indie pop bangers. Like if you're a fan of like early to mid 1975, you'll really like this. It's so like just immediate and so like warm, super slick, as I mentioned. Big fan of this. Big fan of this band as well. It feels like they should get more credit than they deserve, because they're just writing just indie pop hits all the time. And really like it. Big stuff. And see what comes next. It's like a standalone single, which this might be. This is really interesting. I'm just a big fan of this band. I think they'll do wonders. They need more praise, Jake. That's what I think. I think they've not been given enough, That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they sound huge, I think. Yeah. It's one of those, in isolation, they just sound absolutely massive. So to not see them top billing at the O2 makes you think like, oh, but they sound huge.
Yeah, it's huge. It's,
So let's make them huge to stop confusing me.
Yes. Becoming huge. This is the Aces. It's the Aces with Don't Freak.
Don't you
Huge.
Big pop. Indie pop. Huge. Great.
A bigger
bases.
pop than one of those massive bubbles that the guy on the South Bank makes with his weird sticks.
Oh, yeah, I've seen him knocking about. I would like...
It's a weird
Would you ever do that?
Well, I think it's weird because, you know, when you see like a street performer and you're like, okay, you did this as a hobby, you got better, and now you're earning money. But like that guy literally at one point just went, I'm going to take a bucket full of washing up liquid to the Thames and make some bubbles with some string and a stick. Like, that's bonkers, isn't it?
I reckon, give it a few years, I wouldn't be surprised. That'll be us, just blowing bubbles at one another. We did a podcast years ago. Shaking in our fingers as the kids like, yeah, sure. The parents are taking them away.
5p coins that went out of circulation years ago.
That's not even going to get me a cup of tea. Just livid and angry.
Okay.
Can you help me out, Jake?
Yeah, so instead of people that have gone from podcasts to bubbles, how about people that have gone from far Caspian to a band called Eads?
Oh, wow.
How about that, Jamie?
How about that?
Yeah, how about
that? How about it?
Eads have got a new song.
Ah, lovely.
Eads from Leeds.
Eads from Leeds. Ooh,
yes.
Hello.
They've got a new track called Coltrane, which has come ahead of their next EP, which has arrived now. Has it? No. Next Friday? This Friday? When did this arrive?
I think the EP is out now. When you're listening to it, everyone.
This
the
is
EP
the problem
is out.
with recording ahead of time. I'm pretty sure it's out.
It's out?
Professional, isn't it?
Yeah.
Listen. Go on Spotify. If it's there, it's out. If it's not, it'll be out on Friday. Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah. It's coming at some point. We're really helping out this band here. It's around that time. Also, what is time anymore?
Exactly.
Who made time? Who decided time? Wasn't me. Wasn't Jake.
No, it wasn't me either.
Don't
I
look at that.
object to the whole notion. Anyway, Eads have a new track. It's very good fun. Another sort of post-punk, if that means anything anymore. You know, that end. I feel like there's two types of indie now. There's like the sunshine indie and the post-punk indie, and this is sort of post-punk with a little bit of sunshine.
I can see the mix.
There are two distinct things here, and these guys aren't either of them.
I get a little bit of like the Strokes vibe to this song. Like you can definitely hear that kind of like, you know,
almost the Strokes via Parquet Courts sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's very good fun anyway.
Playful, if you will.
Playful. Oh my.
Yeah. It's like, you know, getting thrown into a ball pit. You don't know what you're expecting. You're like, oh, what is this around me? But then you're like, oh, actually, this is really great fun.
Sorry, in what situation do you not know what you're expecting with a ball pit? A stealth ball pit?
Well, no, I remember the first time I went into a ball pit, I didn't know what the sensation was going to be like. I thought it would be like rock solid. So like when I got thrown into it, like the balls would be harder than they actually were.
I think it is a great failure of society that things like ball pits aren't available as an adult. There's some stuff you do as a kid that's fun that when you grow up is just not fun anymore, right?
Yeah.
The stuff like going in a ball pit, or like, you know, that whole like soft play fun junction thing in general.
Yeah, that's good fun.
Great. Like, why aren't there ones for adults? And if there are ones for adults, they always be like, oh, you can drink. I don't want to drink. I just want to be in a ball pit.
Yeah, if anything, drinking is the worst.
I want to do it on my lunch break.
Where you go?
I want to nip out for half an hour in the ball pit. Anyway, this is Eads with Coltrane.
Lovely stuff. What a tune.
Took the opportunity to nip out for a quick go on the ball pit.
How was that?
Not great, to be honest with you.
So ignore that impassioned plea beforehand. it doesn't mean anything now. Wonderful enough.
Nothing I say means anything, Jamie.
I'll tell you what does mean something. The honour the honour of our album of the week. And this week, obviously, there's a few bits and bobs out. Royal Blood, their album is out. Typhoons.
It's raunchy.
It's raunchy. It's
a bit hot and heavy. Bit hot under the collar.
It's a bit of wink, wink. You know,
unfortunately,
what I mean?
this comes out pre 9 p.m, so we can't talk about Royal Blood.
It's true. We're getting a whole lot of trouble with Ofcom. So we've decided against
the
it.
Sexiest album since Rihanna's S&M is what they're calling it.
Really?
Yeah, they are.
There you go. You can go listen to that. But unfortunately, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about an album which a wonderful album from former Dork cover star Girl in Red. If I Could Make It Go Quiet, which is out today. It's around. Go listen to it. It's an absolute belter. This is a big one. You know, Girl in Red has kind of been, I don't know, on the radar for quite a while now. Of course, as mentioned, been on the cover twice now for Dork.
Yes, once as a
hype. As a hype.
That's
list,
the word. And once as a not hype. Hyped. Already hyped. Pre-hyped for your pleasure.
Yeah. It's there. It's in your face. Girl in Red's kind of been like promising, for a while now. Obviously, a range of tracks coming out. Really, really wonderful stuff. Obviously, like Bad Idea, I think is the one that I think everyone was like, oh, okay, this is the big stuff, because that song was everywhere. And then getting round to that debut album, it was like, I wonder how this is going to shape up. Wonder how it's all going to come together. And it's here now, and it feels like it's delivering on the hype, and even more so for me.
Mate, this album doesn't dip at all.
No,
I put this on and I listened to it, and I honestly, if you sat me down and you said, "Yeah, just get rid of one track from this album," I'd be there for hours trying to work out which one it is.
Yeah, it's a really, really tough one.
I mean, obviously, the nature of this segment is that we end up talking a lot about albums that we like, but this is one that I really, really like.
Yeah.
You know, like I think every week we're talking about something that we obviously enjoy, but this is one of the times where you listen to it and you just go like, yeah, this is like, you know, one of the best that's come out this year, definitely.
Yeah, undeniably. It's kind of like this, you know, what I was surprised by, because I didn't I was like wondering what direction Girl in Red was going to go, like, and it feels like she's just gone down the line of like, I'm going to make this like huge indie rock album that's got these lo-fi elements, these electronic elements, bring it all together. Every track sounds completely different. And I just really, really love the result of it. It's very obviously like vulnerable as well. It's like incredibly raw in places. Like Apartment 402, I think stands out as being like even one of the most vulnerable tracks on there. But it's all very personal.
Without being sort of mawkish is the thing.
Yes,
it's not like I think actually, like I was almost saying with the Self-Esteem one, it's that same talent of being able to talk about these personal things without it sounding really self-indulgent and sort of self-pitying. It just comes across. It's just what the song is about, and it kind of, you know, it's like some of these songs are quite vulnerable lyrically, but musically aren't. You're expecting like, well, if it's going to be vulnerable, it has to be like an acoustic guitar, and be really slow, and it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
And it works really well for it. You know, you could listen to these tracks and not listen to the lyrics and not kind of engage with any of the content, and it would still be really good fun.
Exactly.
Which I think is really hard to do for an album. I think, if you're tackling a serious subject, it can be easy to try and give it sort of over-egg it a bit, which hasn't been done here
just
at all.
To really, really point at it, make it very obvious at times.
Yeah, I guess if you spend so long on the lyrics, there must be a temptation to foreground them at the expense of a lot of other stuff. And this album doesn't do that. And it's just a masterclass in how to do both, you know?
Yeah. I also find that the tracks just kind of like, they are so like, it never feels like a track is going on too long. It never feels like you've like been shortchanged either. It feels like every track, it's just so well crafted, every single one, and yet the result is just like an incredible. It's like a songwriter album that's just done in such a full band way that it's just blown away. But let's pause for a second and let's actually listen to the album instead of listening to us This is Serotonin, the opening track by Girl in Red.
So scared I'm gonna end up doing something stupid, but I try to contain it. Oh, it gets so draining. It's like my heart is failing. Every night I'm contemplating. My inner voice is saying tough, so I try to brush it off. Yeah, I try to brush it off. I'm running low on serotonin. Chemical imbalance got me twisting things. Stabilize with medicine. There's no depth to these feelings. Baby, can't hide from the corners of my mind. I'm terrified of what's inside.
Big. It's emphatic, isn't it? It's huge.
It is.
It's a
It is
wonderful.
emphatic. Do you know what that means, Jamie?
Yeah. It's like oof. That's how I describe it.
But if you were to define emphatic,
Yeah. I would say
Well-
it's oof. That's how I would define
how would you
it.
spell that?
OEUFFGH. Oof.
Isn't that how you spell? Apart from the FGH, isn't that how you spell egg in French?
I think it might be, yeah. This album is not egg. I just want to.
It's very egg. It's real like it's like throwing an egg in someone's face. You know, speed
exactly that.
followed by impact followed by visual.
It's all of that and more. I guess you've kind of mentioned it right at the start. How this might be one of your favorite albums of the year so far. Do you stand like that's the case?
Do I stand by that after
do you stand by that after
4 minutes?
4 minutes?
Yeah, I think it kind of it's easy to lose track of what came out when.
Yeah.
But I think for me, this year, this is kind of I think one of the first albums that isn't that kind of guitar bandy thing, which in my personal life is what I prefer to listen to.
Yeah.
That I would definitely be putting on repeat and playing over and over again. Like the dry cleaning is so classically like what I'd be into even if I wasn't doing this, that I knew I was going to love it. Whereas with this one, I was almost surprised because I've heard bits and pieces from Girl in Red, which have always been good. But sitting down with this album, I was just blown away. I just remember when it finished, I was just like, wow, I really can't fault that.
Yeah.
There was no point where I thought like, oh, this is dragging, or oh, this doesn't really work, or that anything like that. It just played in its entirety, and I was like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah. You just want to click play again, don't you, right away? Like it's such an easy listen as well. It's one of those things where you can just be like, yep, I'm going to listen to this, and you're just like, great, all the way through. There's never a moment you're like, okay, maybe not that. There's a real charm to it. And I was also surprised. I was surprised how good it is. And it's not like we had low expectations, but this is, an incredible record. I think at the end of the year, we're going to be talking about it as one of our favourites. And it feels like this is the moment that Girl in Red, delivers on all that promise and more. I just want to see Girl in Red live now more than anything, because this is the album that I'll be listening to for the next few months easily. Big optimism, big fun, huge stuff. Let's have a listen to another track.
Let's.
And the issue we have with this is that the track is a dot. That's
would
that's
you
the
call
name.
that dot or full stop, or would you just go like that?
I think I'll go.
You'd go.
Oof. I'm sure that's exactly what Girl in Red wanted.
It could be a tiny egg.
It could be.
know?
It could be that. If you zoom in close enough. This track is, I guess, a really good example of this going from this kind of like lowest, like, more emotional songwriting, delicate nature into this like soaring indie pop, just banger. Love it. Cinematic as anything. This is it's full stop. Let's go with full stop by Girl in Red.
I'm going to go with oof.
Honest about what I want, but it's not like me to just say what I feel, though I feel it's real. Oh, it's been so hard ever since you broke my heart, but I'll never tell. Honey, I'm not doing so much.
And that was
Ugh.
as Jake described. If I could make it go quiet, without now. A real favourite.
What do you think
here,
she would do if she can make it go quiet? What would you do if you could make it go quiet?
What if you make like the world went silent, and what would I do?
If you could make it go quiet, not silent, like maybe half as loud. What would you do if you were twice as loud as everyone else?
It'd be quite handy, I feel like, because I won't need to spend that much money on like a phone bill, because it would be quiet enough that I could potentially just holler to people in various places.
Almost like a call to prayer, but just you asking if someone wants to go for a pint.
Yeah, exactly. Just
build a minaret on your flat.
Anyone?
Going up the top of Finsbury Park Mosque to check if anyone wants to go to the pub.
You're in the garden. You're like, yeah, actually, yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
to the pub now,
I'd have to ring you. I'm not.
Yeah. Did you shout?
Yeah.
Just calling in. Oh god. Or you might have to do what our next section does every single week.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was leading into. You have to do the theme tune, obviously.
I think
you can do it in the style of someone who's reading a sign that's just at the outer limit of what they can read, so they're sort of having to squint to work it out.
Okay, I think I've got that right away. Tweets of the week.
Perfect. That was.
Thank you.
You take direction like a natural.
Thank you. What can I say? I got a B in my drama class at school.
Was that GCSE?
It certainly was.
I got a C.
Oh, well. As you can see, Daniel Day-Lewis has arrived on the podcast, and
are
it's
you
wonderful
Daniel
to be
Day-Lewis?
here. Yeah. And you would be.
Well, I guess that makes
like...
sense because I'm Paul Bettany, aren't I?
Yeah.
Who is quite high profile, but not as high profile as Daniel Day-Lewis. So it works out.
It works out. Oh god. What's our tweet of the week, Jake? What have we got?
Well, as you have so aptly worked out, there's only one this week.
Yeah, only one.
But it's a big one, and one I think we can dedicate some time to. So, Abby Ozard, friend of the show.
Friend of the show, yes, definitely.
One of our favourites. Abby has tweeted, when I was 12... actually, I'm going to do this a bit more. It's quite a long tweet, so I just want to... When I was 12, I decided to become a guinea pig breeder, and my mum made me an apron with guinea pigs on, and I used to put it on and weigh each guinea baby to see if they were putting on weight and eating well. I miss that.
I used to put it on. that was a bit that got me there. I used to put it on.
Abby, when I was 12, right, if I had an idea like that, my parents would just be like, "What's wrong with you?" Because they knew that as a 12-year-old, I would just not see it through. Yeah. And what I love about this is the phrasing makes it sound like Abby wanted to be a guinea pig breeder but wasn't, but it becomes clear that she did it very well. She's weighing baby guinea pigs to see if they're putting on weight. That seems pretty advanced stuff.
That's keeping track. I've got to say.
Also, is there a certain weight a guinea pig has to be before you sell it? Like, are people buying them by weight? Is it like in the self-checkout where you put in what it is, put it on a scale?
Like the vegetable thing, they have to put a sticker on it. Just like, how much is that? About 80p.
And guinea pigs.
Yeah. I reckon a guinea pig weighs like a regular bag of sand. I reckon it's the same sort of weight, is my thinking.
I reckon 2 guinea pigs would be the same as a small bag of sugar.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Have you had like a small bag of peanuts that you buy at like a pub?
Yeah.
I reckon I can feel that.
Sort of heft.
I can feel that as well.
Half pint, I reckon. Half pint.
Half pint of guinea pig.
Yeah.
How do you think? I mean, like at 12 years old,
guinea pigs were domesticated originally as livestock, as meat.
As what? Meat?
In South America, the two domesticated, native domesticated animals are the llama and the guinea pig, and the guinea pigs were used for their meat.
So are people
like
still
chickens,
eating?
I guess, for us.
Are people still eating the guinea pigs? Is that
I don't
is that a
know.
thing?
I don't know. I would try a guinea pig if it was offered to me.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the right circumstances, not if someone just knocked on the door and thrust it at me. Or I was just like,
you went round someone's house and they're like, "Oh, you've got some guinea pigs. Yeah, they're really nice, aren't they? Do you want a bite?" And you'd be like, "Oh."
If
like
I
an
was in a
apple.
restaurant and they said, "There's guinea pig," I'd be like, "I could try that." But yeah,
could try
not if
that.
some man thrust it to me in a greasy bag.
Eating like an apple. I was just
Yeah.
romp.
Sitting in the pub and someone comes around with a big coat on and says, "Do you want some guinea pig?" mate?"
Johnny, that goes really well with the ale. It's like, yeah, sure it does, mate. Sure it does. At 12 years old, that's strong business sense for a 12-year-old.
Well, I think that's the right age for it because I think there is a sweet spot where you're not old enough to get a job, but you're old enough to want money, right?
Yeah.
So like 12,
But this is the
13
moment.
and 14 are the ages where it's annoying how little money you have,
Yeah.
but you also can't get a job, so how do you get that money? So guinea
that's
pig
like-
breeding is a good result, I guess. I wonder if she ever made any money out of it.
Yeah. What sort of empire could you create in guinea pig breeding? Is that are we looking Scarface level, or are we looking more apprentice task?
Yeah.
That's
So
what
how
I wanna
long
know.
do you think? What did she do with the guinea pigs when she got bored?
Well, I mean, I guess there was an enclosure of sorts that the guinea pigs stayed, and then obviously, I don't know, maybe there was a little bit of a shop. Was there an online shop? I don't know. Guinea pig feels like how long does a guinea pig live for? Or do we have that knowledge? Is that
I can look that up.
we can get the stats up. Yeah, that would be really appreciated.
Guinea pig lifespan 4 to 8 years, which seems oddly inaccurate. Like if someone said, right, think about that's right. Think about that. That's the equivalent of a person being there and saying, "How long will I live?" And they said, "Well, you'll die between 40 and 80 years old."
You either get this amount of time or about 50, or double
Another website says 5 to 7. 5 to 7. So that's
So
a
it's
bit
getting
more
closer at least. But you can either live this amount of time or live 100% more. That's the ratio we're going for here. Yeah, interesting.
Interestingly, one of the questions is, what do you do with a dead guinea pig?
Oh, that's
It's got an 8-step. Steps, right? Number
What, for
one,
the guinea pig?
decide what to do with the remains.
Right.
Well, that's the whole point. So that's not
Yeah, I
really a
would've thought
step.
so. No,
2,
no.
3, and 4 are all bury your guinea pig in different areas. One just says bury your guinea pig. One says bury it in the garden, and one says in an animal cemetery.
Okay.
Here's where it gets weird.
Uh-oh.
Number 5 is show your pets that your guinea pig is dead. Which seems macabre to be walking around the house flaunting the guinea pig.
Going up
It sounds like a warning. It's like when they used to nail heads up on
This
London
could be
Bridge
you.
of criminals.
This could be you, and this is gonna be you.
Then number 6, hold a party in honour of the guinea pig.
Would you go to that party, Jake? I think I would.
I can't imagine there'd be many attending, so I'd go probably be a bit embarrassed and feel like I had to go.
Do you have to bring up memories of the guinea pig? Oh,
Yeah,
I
I don't know. It says hold a party. It's not a funeral.
I remember when Mr. Snuggles, when he bit on when he bit on that lettuce.
You mean municipal waste?
Of course.
Number 7, Jamie.
Yes.
Quite
Number 7.
threatening aura. Number 7. Find
no.
emotional compensation.
Wait, sorry. Compared to the showing your other pets that this pet has died.
Well, yeah, this is very much
more
following
harrowing.
on from that.
Okay.
Number 7, find emotional compensation, which makes it sound like someone's giving you something.
What? Yeah.
For your dead guinea pig.
You go to like Churchill Insurance. You're like, I've got this.
Can I just say, this website is mypetguineapig.com, so I can only assume this is
the expert.
Yeah,
I would have
exactly.
thought. I thought
And
this
then
would be
number 8, resume the course of your life.
Basically, get over it. What the fuck is that? Oh god! This is when we find out that Abby has actually written this. So Abby, if you
Could well have done.
if you've got more insight, obviously just let us know. I think life would be easier if that was just all we all did. Maybe Abby had the guinea pig, operation. I maybe looked after zebras and
Zebras. They're famously hard to tame. The zebra. Yeah, that's why no one rides a zebra. Horses are just like,
they fall
easier, dumber.
Also, you don't really see a zebra knocking around, do you? In like Crawley, do you?
Well, no, but I mean, you don't horses aren't native to North America, but they're bred there. Like you don't have to keep them where they're from.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, maybe we can get.
Like emus, they've started breeding them, haven't they? Your emu farms.
What?
Or ostriches.
Pets?
You know when you're a festival and they've got like an ostrich burger for sale? It's like, grow up.
You're not a fan of the ostrich burger?
I just don't understand, right?
I've had it before.
I just don't understand, right? Ostrich burger, fine. You see an ostrich. Who the fuck looked at that and went, yeah, I reckon I can keep them in an enclosure without dying? They can disembowel you with their talons. And someone's like, yeah, I reckon this is worth it to make a relatively healthy burger. Just fucking don't have a burger.
Just leave it be. Just don't have it.
I love that someone's response, beef is bad for the environment and my health. I wonder if there's an alternative. And they've got this fucking dinosaur that's like 9 foot tall. And they're like, yes, can I breed me some of them?
You will do. Fucking hell. Incredible stuff.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff. But... Yeah, we won't dive in. But basically, Abby no longer, of course, looks after the guinea pig world.
Well, as far as we know. It sounds past tense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Were you going to say that it wasn't a true romance?
I was saying it would be a true romance. Belting stuff. If you ever fall in love with a guinea pig, this is the tune. Just want to let everyone know, by the way, during the recording of this show, Jake, you've done some investigating with Abby Ozone. You've obviously dropped over a question, I believe. So we are going to find out more information next week.
Yeah. So I've tweeted saying, "Did you ever sell any guinea pigs? And how much money did you make? If so, Abby, if you're listening,
which makes it sound like that you're going to get into this. That's what you're saying. It looks like you're trying to get more information.
The thing is, I'm probably
How much money did you make?
I'm probably not. But if she says like I sold 3 and made 30 grand, I'll probably be like, yeah, I'll breed some guinea pigs.
The end of the show, never to return.
It's unlikely, but
never know. Keep your options open, everyone. Keep your options open. And like those options that remain open, this show is now closed. We're shutting up the shops.
It's like when you're queuing up for the bank on a Wednesday and they close at 1 and they won't let you in. But the bank doesn't let you make predictions for the next week, whereas we do. Jamie, have you got any?
Yeah, I reckon we're going to see a new merch line created. It's going to be bowling balls, which, obviously I don't feel like music has ever tapped into the bowling ball range. Do you agree that the
I would agree. I think about that a lot, actually.
Yeah. So I think that it's time to tap into that. It's time to really go for it. And I think we're going to see, a bowling ball range sold. And it's going to be Billy Corgan off of Smashing Pumpkins that they're going to base the head around. He has a very symmetrical, circular head. So if you do want to bowl like Smashing Pumpkins do, or bowl a ball in the shape of his head, the option's there. I personally won't, but I'm just saying I think it's going to happen. We all need to make money, guys. We all need to make money. Jake, what about you? What prediction do you see arising over the coming 7 days?
I'm not going to top that, am I? I think that Johnny Burrell from Razorlight reveal that he has a pet ostrich, and he's going to show it to the world, and everyone's going to have to break it to him that it's actually just a slightly big chicken.
Oh no! Oh god! I mean, make sure that you obviously break that to him before he falls to pieces.
I don't even know. Is that a song? I assume it is.
Before he falls to pieces.
Right. Well, on that note, which could well be a song, but I'm not sure. That's the end of the show. So we will see you next week. And guys, if you've got a guinea pig and it's got a lack of appetite, bad urine, fever, respiratory problems, poor coat condition, mobility issues, or lethargy, those could be signs that your guinea pig is dying.